Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a series of videos about SolidWorks scripting using Python. And this video is about drawing and it is part 3. In this video, first we are going to talk about how to change the style of a view. For that, let me run my libraries first, connect SolidWorks to Python, and at last create some drawing. Okay. Let me show you our drawing here. As you can see, we have 3 main views here, and we want to change the style of some of these views. For example, here we have 5 different display style here, and we know in drawing sometimes we need to show some hidden lines. For example, here we need to show hidden lines with this style. Okay, I want to do this with coding or scripting. So let me put it in the original and let's talk about how to create some script to do this for us. Okay, let me open API help and let's find out how to find the function to change the style for us. We need to look for something called display style or something like that. And let me open API help. And we need to know where to look for it. For example, here we had a function called create draw view from model view 3. And let me search for this function in API help. This function creates drawing views for us. And it is under iDrawingDoc. So we can say changing the style maybe can be under this class too. So let me click on iDrawingDoc members, and at the bottom of the page we can see this function here. And as you can see, it says set the current display mode to the hidden lines removed. And this is what we need, display mode. We need to change display mode in our drawing views. Okay, I'm going to use these two functions. Let me click in one of them. And it's very simple to use. It doesn't get any arguments. And we just need to use it with instance, which is, it says it will be iDrawingDoc or under the iDrawingDoc object. Let me code it for you. I have a, let me paste it here. I have a line here, which will be select this view for me here. Okay, I'm going to copy this function, but this hidden lines removed. So we don't want this, we want this function. Hidden lines visible. We want to hidden line be visible. So I'm going to use this function here. I'm going to copy it, paste it here. And for the object or instance object, we are going to copy SWDrawing and paste it here, dots. And let me run this block. After running, as you can see, now we are able to change display style for this view. Okay, let me try another function. We had the function here called view display hidden, and this function, let me copy it and paste it here. This function hide the visible function or hide the dot lines for us. So as you can see, now our style is hidden lines removed instead of hidden lines visible. Okay, I believe we covered important stuff or important function for parts. Now I like to go for assemblies. In assemblies, we have different options which should be covered. And let me open another file here. Rebuild. It consists of 2 parts. One of them, which is this part, is the part we use to work with it. And the second part is the very simple cylindrical. and we are going to create drawing for these two parts in this assembly. Okay, I'm going to create a new block and paste this code. This code is like this line here or this block here, and it just creates a very simple drawing sheet for us. Let me run this block very quick. And as you can see, let me open it. And as you can see, now we have a drawing here, and you can see two parts or two different parts here. One of them which we used to work with, and this new part that we have it here. Okay, I'm going to talk about balloons. As you can see them here, we have two options. First one is the manual balloon, and the second one is the auto balloon. We are going first talk about manual balloon. For that, let me use macro. I'm going to start the macro here and click balloon. I'm going to click this line here and select it. Okay, and I'm going to stop the macro first, save it, and at last open it. Okay, let's see what we have here. As you can see, we need to first select your view select by ray, because we need to select a line or an object, and we need to create a balloon. So I'm going to copy these lines and paste them in Visual Studio. Let me edit them a little bit. Okay, we don't need these lines. Okay, we don't need set, and we don't need these options, because as we saw, we didn't change any options. So I can easily delete these lines, or you can save them or change them as you like. Okay, I'm going to just need these two lines. The first line, create a balloon params, or yes, balloon parameters for me, or create a balloon parameters object for me. And in the second line, we are going to this variable to create a or insert a balloon. Okay, it's very simple to use. And let me delete this manual balloon first and run this block. Okay, I don't need these parentheses here. Let me try another time. And as you can see, now we are able to create a balloon here, but we need to change it or add another line. And this line is, this line is part.clear selection. Let me delete this balloon another time. Okay, and run this block of code. And as you can see, now we are able to create a very simple balloon manually. Okay, now let's talk about auto balloon. Personally, I don't suggest to use auto balloon because it can get very messy when you are using them with scripting. And personally, I prefer to use manual balloon to create balloon for my parts or assemblies. It's better to say assemblies. Okay, I'm going to use macro another time. I'm going to start the macro first. Click on my view, the view I want to create balloons for it, and click auto balloon, and at last click, and let me stop the macro, save it, and at last open it to see what we need to copy from these codes. And as you can see, we need these lines. I'm going to copy them and paste them in Visual Studio, and let me edit them a little bit. We don't need the options. We don't need sets. We don't need these two lines here. And we just need these three lines. Okay. I'm going to say Python com.nothing, and you can change these numbers to zeros. And I like to delete parentheses here. Okay, let me delete balloons here, and let's run this block. And as you can see, we are now able to create auto balloons for any views we want. Okay, let's talk about tables. In SolidWorks drawing, we have a lot of options for tables, as you can see them here, but we are going to just talk about bill of materials. You can just simply click on bill of materials, select your views, click OK, and place your table, as you can see. Okay, we want to write a script to do this for us, so I'm going to use macro another time. I'm going to start the macro, select bill of material, select my view, click OK, and at last place my table where I want it. Let me stop the macro, save it, and open it. And as you can see, we just need these lines. I'm going to copy it and paste them here. We don't need this line at all. I'm going to delete sets here and here, and let me edit this a little bit too. Okay, I need to add another line. We talked about it, how to select a view and build an object from it. So I'm going to add this line, and we need to edit these two variable or arguments here. Let me search for this function in API help. Okay, let me see. Okay, it gets different arguments here, and the first one is anchor point, and the most important arguments we have is the x coordinate and y coordinates, and anchor type and BOM type. Okay, let me see. For the anchor type, we are going to use 1. So let me change this one to 1. Okay. And for the second one, which we can find it here, we are going to use 1 again. So I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to put R here, and rest of them can be default. So let me delete this table here first. Okay, and let me run this block. And as you can see, now we are able to create a bill of material table for our assembling drawing sheets. Okay, I'm going to talk about center line and center marks, and to show them better to you, I'm going to open another document, and it is a very simple part, as you can see it here. Okay, I'm going to create a drawing for this part 2. I'm going to paste this code here. You saw it many times, and it's create a drawing first and then create 3 main views for us. I'm going to run this block, and as you can see, we have 3 main views here. I'm going to delete these center marks because I'm going to create them myself. I'm going to create a new block, and let's talk about center marks. When you want to create center marks, if the SolidWorks doesn't create them automatically. You have options called auto insert. For that, you're going to select your views first, select center marks, and you're going to select for all holes, and then OK, click OK, I mean. And as you can see, you have center marks in your views, or just a view. Okay, let's write a script to do that for us. I'm going to use macro. I'm going to start the macro first, click the view I want, click center mark for all holes, and at the last, click OK. I'm going to stop the macro, save it, and open it. And we need these lines, or maybe this one. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to delete this one, and let me see. I'm going to copy this line here and paste it here. I'm going to delete this line again. And for the clear selection, I'm going to edit it a little bit. This line creates a create a center marks for us, so I'm going to keep it. And to use this function, we need an object. So as you can see, we can create an object here, and I'm going to replace this line with this line. Okay, let me see. I'm going to delete these two center marks, and I'm going to run this block. And as you can see, we are able to create center marks very easily. Next, I'm going to use center line. It is very easy to use. I'm going to first click the view, then click center line, select view under auto insert, and click OK. And as you can see, now we have a center line for this view. Okay, let's use macro. I'm going to start a macro. I'm going to select my view, center line, select view, click OK, and stop the macro. I'm going to save it, and at last open it. And we need just this line. I'm going to copy this line and paste it here. And for that, I need to select my view. I'm going to copy this line, paste this here, and let me see. I'm going to delete the center line, and this view is drawing view 3. So let me change its name to drawing view 3. I'm going to run this block. And as you can see, we are able to create center line for any views we want. Okay, I forgot to mention a very important thing in the part 2 drawing video, and it is how to change, let me show you, the scale of a view. As you can see in SolidWorks, the program or SolidWorks itself decides how to set the scale for our views, but sometimes we need to change it. And for example, I want to be 1:4 instead of 1:1, or even be 1:1. So how to change it? Let me show you something first. I'm going to use macro. I'm going to select this view. Then I'm going to set the scale to 1:8. Okay, I'm going to click OK. Going to stop the macro, save it, and at last open it. And unfortunately, as you can see, we don't have any lines here related to changing the scale. So we can't understand how to change the scale with just using macro. So we need to find this function ourselves. For that, I'm going to search it in API help, and let me search for scale. Okay, and after that, I'm going to click model views or members, and we can see different scales here, get and set the model views scales or scale factor, but we can't use them. As I tried before, we can't use any of these functions properly, and it gets some errors when you want to set the scale for a view. So after some research, I find this function. Yes, scale decimal property, and you can use this function to get and set the scale with just one value. Okay, let me use this function. I'm going to create a new block here, and we need to first create an object for our view. Let me see, I'm going to use it for this view, drawing view 11. So I'm going to say drawing view 11, and for the instance I'm going to use this object, SolidWorks active view, and let's just get the scale, and it is 0.125, and as you can see it is 1 to 8. So if you divide 1 by 8, you get 0.125. Let me try it. As you can see it here. So if I want to change it to, I don't know, 1 to 2, as you can see, I need to put 0.5. Okay, let me run this block, and as you can see, we are able to change the scale for any views we want, or even one, and as you can see, we are able to change it another time. Okay, let me change it to 1 to 2, and let's talk about the last thing we want to cover. When you have a drawing and you put a lot of annotations on it, center lines, center marks, or any stuff you want, tables or even tables, at last you want to export it. So to export it and save it, we are able to use save as and PDF. So I'm going to write a very simple script or line here to save it, and we talked about it many times, and you just need to use save as function, save as 3 function. We talked about it up here, you can see, or you can go and watch this video, and you need to specify the location of the file the location of the file and the name of the file. I'm going to say part 3, and I'm going to run this block. After around 5 seconds, we have this file now. Let me open it, and you can see the final result for the drawing sheet here. Okay guys, this is the end of this video. In this video, we talk about balloons. We talked about center marks, center lines, tables, how to change the scale of this drawing, how to change display style of this view, and at the end, how to save a drawing as a PDF file. See you guys in the next videos, and goodbye.